What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about DC versus Vampires World War V, issue number 10. We're getting close to the very end of this series. We only got 2 more issues left, so we'll end it in August. Hard to believe, like I said, the series is coming to an end. Because we had the first series, which was very entertaining up until the end, which felt like disappointment. I'm like, that's it, we're cutting it off there, until we got the sequel series, of course. But a lot of stuff has happened within the pages of DC versus Vampires, and yeah, let's go ahead and talk about what happens in this one. There's also a backup, but I don't have too much to say because, like, this is the first time in a while where I'm like, I have no idea who any of these people are. The only character I recognized in it was Kite Man, but everyone else, I'm like, who is that? My mind just kind of like went completely blank. But yeah, this one's written by Matthew Rosenberg and primary artwork done by Otto Schmidt. And basically, we see Raven's alive, we see Ghostmaker there, and we see Mr. Miracle, and he's got his baby and all that, and he gets, like, kind of taken in because there's been a slight human and vampire alliance because we had the arrival of the New Gods and Darkseid, and seeing the New Gods, we're going to be working with everyone, but that's maybe not exactly the case going on there. We also have Roz and Alfred working together because with Deadman as the baby falling around, they go in and they try to find Black Alice, which is, you know, she's got magical capabilities. She kind of absorbed them from different people, and they need her help, according to Deadman. So, meanwhile, Mr. Miracle was captured by the humans and the New Gods, and they kind of have this back and forth conversation like, hey, we need you to kind of turn yourself in, otherwise Darkseid's going to kill everyone else. And he's kind of, yeah, why would I do that? And it seems like a very obvious trap. But the humans and the vampires are kind of at that point now. We're like, we just want Darkseid out of here. We can't do anything against this guy. Also, in the Bronx, New York, Damian's there trying to get some rest. That's when Roz catches up to him, and Damian's like, you know, I saw you coming a while ways. Like, he's like, I could have killed you at this point. Just, I need your help capturing somebody. He's like, don't the humans and vampires have an alliance? He's like, what does that stop you before? So Alfred is trying to, like, tell Mr. Miracle and all of that, like, you shouldn't go in there with these people. This is bad news. You and that are still the key to this whole thing. And then he just kind of disappears. Damian, meanwhile, captures Clarion, which, you know, Clarion's now a vampire in this thing, but he has magical capabilities, and having him, like, you have Black Alice or whatever kind of steal his powers, and then Damian immediately kills him afterwards. And there is a funny moment where she's like, what if it doesn't work? He's like, don't screw it up, I guess, which I thought was genuinely pretty funny. And also Damian getting rid of Clarion was, you know, pretty fun, like, since he's a vampire at this point. Like, I mean, we're at the apocalypse, end of the world, like, we're reaching the end of this thing, and it's like, oh god, like, what more can you throw at us at this point? So then the humans and vampires and, you know, Kryptonians and, like, I guess the good guys go to face off against Darkseid. He's been kind of chilling in his little fortress right here, and they had brought, well, you know, they came to kind of surrender of sorts. They brought Mr. Miracle, and Darkseid's like, you gotta kneel before anything else. Like, fine, they reluctantly kneel to this guy, and, you know, Cyborg lets them know that, hey, guess what? The New Gods are traitors and all that. So the New Gods betray everyone else. So the New Gods see the threat of the vampire on this earth and like, sorry, we gotta wipe this thing out. So now they're siding with Darkseid in this whole situation, and it's just really kind of sad and depressing. So the New Gods have to face off against them. Now, keep in mind, the baby is also supposedly the key to Darkseid's downfall. He tries to tell Darkseid to kind of leave these people and all that behind, but it just seems kind of hopeless at this point. No matter what they do, it's just not working. So, meanwhile, Black Alice uses her magic to seemingly get some of the other characters like Constantine, the Spectre, Dr. Fate, and I'm drawing a blank at the other guy, to kind of, like, help out in the situation, and that's going on with that plot thread there. And then Darkseid confronts, you know, the baby and Mr. Miracle, and then he crushes Mr. Miracle, seemingly killing him with the baby there, and he's like, okay, there's no escaping this. I'm going to end the world right now, that my threat is vanquished. And he also was talking about how he's like, look, I want you to know that you're never going to escape me. Like, everything that you do, you're going to live, like, it's either going to live in servitude for me for the rest of your life, or you're just going to die, kind of. So there is no hope, there is no happiness, your life sucks, and that's good for me. That's kind of Darkseid's mentality in this thing. So that's what happened in the main storyline. Otto Schmidt's artwork's pretty good. Then in the backup, I honestly, like I said, this one's written by Cecil Castellucci with Marley Zarcone. You have these 3 traveling kids, and like I said, I'm drawing a blank. I don't remember who these characters are. You have some vampires there. The only one I recognize is really Kite Man. They like the blood of these people kind of makes them like hypnotize it a little bit, and then the vampires get kind of killed, and they're just kind of traveling around and find their way to some sort of bar, which is something that made me think of From Dusk Till Dawn, and that's kind of where the backup storyline ends there. So, like I said, I'm like, I don't even remember who these characters are, and so it's just another backup. And you know what? To tell you the truth, a lot of these backups, they felt like standalone stories. They don't really do much to kind of tie into the main narrative all that much. Like, there's not like some key crucial plot thread I felt like that is kind of carried over. It's like, okay, we got the backup here and it's going to build to something in the main storyline. Hasn't really felt like that. Just felt like little standalone adventures going on in this Elseworlds tale. And I'm like, I kind of wish they did a little bit more to build into the main storyline. But there are some good moments, like some of the character dynamics at play here. My favorite part was Damian just killing Vampire Clarion, because I've never really liked that character. I always found him kind of annoying. And it was fun to watch. Like, that was kind of cool. Now we're at the point now where it's like, what do they even have to do to, like, how are you even going to conclude this storyline? It just feels like we keep adding more twists and turns and stakes in that, to the point where I'm just like, like, what are you going to do at this point? So there has to be an out, like, here, and I'm very, very curious to see how this is all going to happen. I mean, we have 2 issues left. Are we going to see the eradication of all the vampires? Are the new gods going to die? Is Darkseid going to die? Or is it just that in the end nobody lives? 'Cause I really hope they stick the landing on this thing, because it's been so, like, kind of depressing for so long, and I'm at the point now where, like, okay, I need a little bit more, like, kind of levity in this storyline. I'm like, okay, I've sat through a lot of miserable stuff with it, and it's been, generally pretty engaging for the most part, and there's been some good artwork, but I'm like, okay, like, what else you gotta throw at these people? Like, it's gotten to the point where it's, like, so kind of ridiculous. I'm like, we got to get ready to wrap this thing up. Like, there has to be kind of a way out at this point. So, but again, that's what's part of kept it fun too, is like, I don't even know how the hell they're going to get out of this situation. There are a lot of characters, and it's tricky to kind of balance all the different things at once. And I hope they have enough real estate to kind of cover it. I don't want this thing to kind of end and then bait itself for another sequel. That would really piss me off, because I'm like, we've had this many issues to tell this storyline. Can you just, I mean, what else do you have to do? You brought in Apocalypse and Darkseid and all that into the mix, and you already have, like, the end of the world. What else are you going to do? So we shall see. Like, is it going to be the eradication of the new gods, the vampires? Is there going to be some sort of cure? I feel like they have, like, am I just drawing a blank? Do I not remember anyone really finding a cure for the vampirism within this storyline? Because again, this is not the first, like, major DC Elseworlds thing. I mean, I covered on the channel, like, the whole Batman Dracula Red Rain trilogy within my Batman vs. Dracula review. But, like, that was pretty good. But again, that storyline didn't really delve in Batman finding a cure. It just ended with him kind of going berserk and wanting to kind of kill everyone. And that's what kind of this direction of this thing's going. And not necessarily Batman, but, like, a lot of the vampires. I'm like, where's, like, everyone trying to go to, like, scientifically find the cure for vampirisms? Like, that doesn't feel like something that's really been going on this thing. And maybe it will. Like, maybe we'll see that within the next 2 issues. I don't know, because we had the stuff with, like, Constantine and all that going on, like, in the baby and Black Alice and everything. So we'll see how it all works together. I don't exactly know, but there has to be a way kind of out, and I'm very curious to see what that's going to be with the storyline. I feel like I haven't been able to guess anything in regards to that, so maybe you all have in the comment section. I don't exactly know, but anyways, still some good stuff in here overall, but I'm kind of at the point now where, like, all right, I'm ready to wrap up DC versus Vampires. We've had a lot of issues in this thing, and it's gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, we've gone so far in this thing. I want it to wrap up in a satisfying conclusion. I don't want it to feel rushed, because, like, Deceased was one where the third storyline just felt like it kind of rushed through things, and we skipped over some stuff, which I don't get why they didn't get as many issues as, like, this one seemed to, like a 12-issue miniseries to kind of tell that storyline. But this one at least feels like it's been given more of the real estate to really kind of dive into things and flesh it out a little bit more. And I'm really hoping it pays off in a satisfying way, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be really pissed, because the first series was really good, and then it just ended anticlimactically. But then they're like, oh, we got a sequel. Like, okay, we're jumping into it now, so it doesn't retroactively feel as bad. But I really hope this thing wraps itself up on a nice note. But we only got 2 issues left, and we'll see how it all comes together. But anyways, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.